Good afternoon. Today is the 12th of January and it's time for yet another very vague, not very interesting and probably quite boring vlog. Today we're actually going to be talking about something that I don't talk about very much on the channel at all, and well, if you want to have early access to these videos, then you can join the channel on the Seat Toledo or Rover 45 V6 membership tiers, and then you get to see all this fun before everyone else. Those of you who aren't on those membership tiers, you get to see the video a few weeks after it's recorded. So, as many of you know, this particular week I released a video about the fact we've had to basically postpone filming any more Tweed Jacket reviews because of the cost of them and the fact that they just don't get the views which are required to sustain that level of investment in time and money. The opposite of Tweed Jacket reviews is contingency reviews. Contingency reviews is literally just a format that's there to cost as little money as possible, because by its very nature it's only ever done when I'm actually in the area filming something else already. The first episode was filmed in 2020 and it was literally a sort of backup car that I actually can't talk about on the channel anyway. I don't even know why we filmed it, because it's got the wrong type of engine viewers. We don't talk about diesels on this channel, but that was the first episode, and I was due to film another car that particular day that I didn't end up doing because it wasn't working, so I was offered another one. I'd driven all the way there and I had no other video to do. It would have been a total waste, so that's why I did it. They're very, very, very basic. There's no fancy thing at all. There's not really even any in-jokes other than that I always said that we really shouldn't be doing this. We should be filming this in a bit more fancy way, but there's been a couple of them that have done sort of okay, and so we don't film an awful lot of them, but we do, I suppose, exercise the option to keep going with them, because it's either a contingency reviews episode or it's nothing. And I filmed all sorts of things on it. A Fiat 124 Spider, the one that's based on a Mazda MX-5. They don't make them anymore, but I was offered an immaculate one by a viewer and I was in the area anyway, so I decided to do it. The latest one, which you've probably already seen by now anyway, is a Renault Capture, a 2022 one, that was offered to me by one of my friends who used to live 10-minute walk from where the channel started in Epsom. And we offered it months and months ago, and I was thinking, like, I don't really want to drive all the way to Epsom just to film this 2022 Renault Capture, because as we found out just before Christmas, when we took a sort of look at the surprisingly popular and unexpectedly unpopular videos on the channel, stuff like that just traditionally doesn't do very well. There's only a very limited number of types of cars, with other modern ones, which seem to do very well on the channel. You lot would much rather sort of watch, old Maestros and Sierras and things like that, and that's absolutely fine. It's not a problem. But we have to have some formats to be able to film these more modern cars, particularly at this time of year, because if you're filming a car in this sort of weather at this time of year, not a lot of people will really just let you have a go in their treasured classic that only comes out in the summer. They'd much rather that they didn't do that and, have to tax and insure it and also clean it after you've been out in roads which get the cars really filthy. And so if somebody just offers you their ordinary car, which actually some people might want to see a review on a 2022 Renault Capture, why not? They're actually quite popular cars. Then you don't turn it down. You don't turn it down. You take it, but you sort of make sure that you don't spend an awful lot of money on it, because you're not sure how it's going to do. Might do okay, might not, based on the fact that 3 out of the bottom 5 videos on the list for the unexpectedly unpopular videos of 2022 were brand new cars. It's really best from that point of view that, you know, we don't film too many unless we know that they might do well, or if we're doing something else. So very useful format in that way. There's just not really much else to say about it other than that it's just me driving around in a car in an area and looking at the infotainment system, mainly on Contingency Reviews, because if you're driving a modern car, that's most likely to have some kind of complicated infotainment system, and you need to explain that because that's what people want to see. It's not really anyone's favourite format, it's just there as a practical way of filming cars which don't fit into the no budget reviews, sensible second-hand classics and sensible second-hand reviews, or even the Tweed Jacket Reviews format. With Tweed Jacket Reviews we tend to sort of, you know, make it our best and do cars which we think are either really special, like, you know, Porsche 911 would definitely be special, or they're maybe modern MGs, because that's the kind of stuff that I know people want to see on the channel and have done, well, ever since 2019. And, you know, we still get plenty of views on the modern MG stuff, and that's why we continue to do them, even if Tweed Jacket Reviews is a very occasional thing now. So you'll be seeing it if we are doing modern stuff, and that's where we're at the SMMT events, which have their own particular format called slightly shambolic SMMT reviews, because, well, they are shambolic. They absolutely are. They're not kind of the same quality as, I don't know, Planet Auto or Auto Social or something like that, or Car Obsession. They're not. They're just videos that are done very, very quickly, because you have the opportunity to drive all these different very modern cars together, and I personally find that quite enjoyable. I don't know if we'll be going to Millbrook this year in April, but we'll certainly be looking to go to the one in Basingstoke. It's a lot closer by, and the scenery is a lot nicer there. There's not so many people clamouring for cars, it's much more civilised, so we will be continuing to do that. But we will be continuing with the reviews. If you do have a car that you would like to have featured on the channel, you would have seen the caption card less than 30 seconds into the video with my email address on it. And as I've said, we have ways of fitting most things in, with one very big exception. Of course, we don't talk about diesels on this channel, and we will continue not to talk about diesels on this channel in 2023. But everything else, then, you know, we're quite open to having a go and stuff, because ultimately it's better to have videos, even if they're not like the old really cheap stuff that lots of you seem to want to see, modern MG stuff aside. I personally, I'm much more interested in a wide range of different cars. So, you know, Mr. Richardson and I think share that sort of desire that a lot of the viewers on our channels, and of course he's on Furious Driving, want to see sort of old nostalgic stuff, but we also want to show modern stuff because we're interested in both. And something like Contingency Reviews does it help with that. It was also making the channel a bit more affordable to run. So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video and leave a comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for more pretty pointless and very vague music. Lloyd Young Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below.